Ryan Valenti here, Redrock Micro, high student filmmaker. We're here to talk about, we have over 30 products we're introducing, about 4 major announcements, but the one that people have been the most interested in is the micro remote. It's a focus control system. It starts with the micro remote base station. You can see here it's a nice little compact design. What's kind of cool about this is this actually has the integrated lens calibration, both automatic and manual lens calibration. You can see over here I have it connected to a motor. We will offer motors, both the Redrock torque motors that we don't currently have here. We also have compatibility with the M1 motors from Palomar, so you can use either one. You'll also see here that we have our micro tape sonar rangefinder. This actually gives a continuous real-time readout. You can see here it's on both sides, but as I actually move closer, we'll register the distance. And we'll see here in a minute how we actually are using this. Traditionally this is used as a reference, but we actually got some tricks up our sleeve about that. So I mentioned the idea is a focus control system. Starting out, I have one of the parts of this. This is actually a nice little wired focus controller. What I can do is take this piece, attach this directly to the base station. Remember, we've already calibrated our lens to the base station, and now I have the ability to have a nice little sort of run and gun focus controller. Now, these are modular. I can add a motor and a base station, and now I can have 2 for focus and zoom, or focus and iris, or whatever I want. Very simple, straightforward wired capability for ENG style. I can unplug this, and now we get to sort of the heart of the matter that everyone's very interested in. This is the micro remote. This is the version that shows we have a hardware interface in it. We've actually got a physical wheel. It's got hard stops. It's a real wheel. It doesn't float. You've got registerable hard stops if you want. And you can see here in all my options I have to change direction. I can start and stop the camera. And again, I've got an integrated wireless remote. If I'm in a situation where I can't run the wireless radio, I can actually attach this directly to the tethered wire and run this as a tethered focus device. Now, we also have an option. You can actually lift this up. This part pushes down. And now we have an iPhone and iPod Touch interface. This is not only beautiful, but deceptively simple. Let me describe briefly what you're seeing here. The triangle above shows the current focus given the calibration of your lens. The mark, that's the red mark, indicates where your micro tape sonar rangefinder is pointed at. The blue arc indicates, given the calibration of your lens, both the focal length and the f-stop, what the available depth of field is. So that right here you actually can tell what your sonar is telling you is the range, where you're focused, and what the acceptable range of focus is in there. This thing is incredibly rich. Let me just point out a couple of things that it does. If I press this autofocus button here, it will allow the rangefinder to take over running of the motor, which means it will basically do autofocus for motion. In addition to that, it's got an integrated lens database, so I can set up, store, and recall my lens configurations, and it's got an ability to upload and download a community lens database. So if you go out and buy, say, these new compact primes from Zeiss, you can actually upload those, and what will happen is someone who just buys this can actually download that lens database. You're good to go with the configuration. Let's talk about availability and pricing. All this is going to be available in summer. We talked about originally the idea that we were going to hit a $500 price point. There's too many trade-offs in the motor category specifically that would allow us to do that. So our goal is for an entry-level system that's going to be some of these components, we're going to hit about $1,000 for a workable system. And of course, depending upon the number of items you buy, the number of configurations you buy, it's going to go up from there. We are taking reservations. It's a non-binding, no-deposit reservation. If you're interested in reservations, send an email to remote@redrockmicro.com. I see you typing one right now. Do it soon. This is probably going to be fairly long. It's an incredibly innovative product. We're talking about not only a price point that previously has been unavailable, we're talking about a lot of features that either were available in only the highest end systems or in some cases not even available at all. This is truly a revolutionary product. We're really proud to present it to everybody.